Good to go,
All
Kelly.
right. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us for our SIH Second Act virtual class today. Our presentation is on healthy snack mix with no oven being required. All right. I'm Kelly Corner, the health educator with Second Act, and we have Tracy Heron, our director on the program with us today, running our technical issues. So we're very grateful she can do that. Um, Anyone new, we greatly appreciate you joining us and checking out our virtual class. We do want to remind anyone, if you are interested in asking any questions, please look down at the bottom of your screen where it says chat. If you click on that with your mouse, it'll bring up a space. They'll see a little line there, and you can actually type in a question for today's speakers. All right. We do have some upcoming classes, activities, but the biggie is next Thursday from 1 to 3, we're going to have our Walk of Fame. It's going to be out by the mall where the movie theater is, as safe as we can make it. It's outside. We'll have social distancing going. Come check out all of the different booths, the activities, and some of the things we're hoping to plan come the new year. So we'd really like you to call our number or go ahead and get online and register for that so we have a good head count. This September to November time is Medicare open enrollment. So again, you know our email, you know our phone number. Check out that wonderful newsletter, the spotlight that you got, and make sure and call, make an appointment if you'd like with Millie. All right. And with that bit of housekeeping done, I would like to introduce our speaker today, Carrie Eldridge. She is from the U of I Extension Educator for the 4-H program. And I'm looking forward to how I can snack without having to turn on an oven. All right. Thank you, Carrie. Go right ahead.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today. So I also want to introduce a couple of EPCs that work with 4-H as well. I have Ramona Gertman, who covers Williamson County, and I also have Becky Needham that covers Jackson County. And in my position, I cover 5 counties, so I have 3 more EPCs that cover each respectful county. So we cover Franklin, Williamson, Jackson, Perry, and Randolph counties. So let me bring up my PowerPoint real quick. Can everybody see that?
There it is.
All right, perfect.
You can go ahead and make that full screen if you'd like.
All right. That good?
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Will it go to the next? There we go. Okay. So who are we? What is 4-H? Illinois 4-H is part of the University of Illinois Extension, and it serves all counties in the state. So we have a Illinois Extension in every county in Illinois. We offer a variety of clubs, groups, and programs, and we want to challenge you to learn by doing with fun hands-on activities that teach skills for living. So 4-H is inclusive, and 4-H is rich with volunteer opportunities. So what is 4-H's vision, promise, and mission? Let me get everything on here. Whoops, there we go. So the vision of 4-H is we want to empower our youth and prepare them for success. Our promise is that 4-H is a place where you belong, you lead, you learn, and you serve in the world where you live. The mission of Illinois 4-H is we want to provide a positive youth development experience that fosters belonging, independence, generosity, and mastery. We want to create opportunities for our youth to where they use the skills that they learn to influence and impact others. And we want to equip youth with skills and experience for success. We also offer targeted youth education programs to address Illinois issues. So what do? Illinois offers clubs. which a club is a group of 4-H members that are led by adult volunteers who help members in their 4-H journey. We also have groups, and that is just a short-term workshop or other 4-H experience, such as a Clover Bud Day Camp. So we have two different kinds of groups. We have someone who is in 4-H, which starts from 8th grade to age 18. And then we have our Clover Bud groups, which is from kindergarten to 2nd grade or 7 years of age. And then we also have our programs, which is an educational enrichment opportunity that is usually tailored to meeting the needs of youth in the school environment. So that would either be in school, after school programs, any partner sites, military bases, any kind of community groups. We want to meet that need anywhere that we can bring in any kind of educational opportunity to those kids. So how can you help? Illinois 4-H thrives with caring adult volunteers. So when we think of 4-H and we're looking for volunteers, you can teach a skill that you might have, a special skill, help youth lead a club if that's something that interests you. You can also judge projects. If you are proficient in a project, you can just be a judge if you want to. Or you can just share your experiences. There are all kinds of opportunities where 4-H needs someone like you. All right, let me stop sharing real quick this screen. And let me bring up my other screen. So this is other opportunities for 10 ways to volunteer with 4-H. There's a lot of different, like I said, a lot of different opportunities to volunteer with 4-H. If you have any special skill, whether it's crafting, there's so many projects within 4-H, and that's why I want to bring awareness about 4-H, because a lot of people, when they hear 4-H, they think of livestock. They think of cows or pigs or can you guys not see my screen? Okay, hold on. Let me see here. Let me stop sharing that and let me share. There we go. There we go. Okay. Love the technology. All right. So anyway, there's a lot of different opportunities within 4-H. Like I had said before, you can also plan or help an event, serve on an advisory board or committee, assist with a program delivery, just simply share whatever experience you have, utilize any professional skill that you have. So, you know, with 4-H, we are always looking for volunteers, and it doesn't take a whole lot of your time, but it's something that, let me get back to, it's something that we are always looking for, any kind of caring adult. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Let's see, could you see my screen?
Nope, we're seeing your lovely face.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what we see.
Okay. Let me see here. There we go.
There it goes.
Okay. All right. So without, does anyone have any questions first before we go on to our recipe? If you do, just put them in the chat, and Ramona or Becky can answer those for me while we are continuing with this presentation. But Becky or Ramona, would you like to do the recipe?
can take that. So, as Carrie was saying, there are many ways for adults to be involved with 4-H, but something we're going to share right now are some of the things that children and adults can benefit from, which is some of our healthy snacks and things along those lines. This recipe comes from our cooking, I believe, 201 project book. So kids who are learning about cooking as a project, they can participate in this. And this is one of those recipes. And it's super simple. It's just one of the easiest things you can pull together. You can see the recipe right there. Just 3/4 of a cup of canned pumpkin puree, 3/4 cup peanut butter, 1 to 2 tablespoons brown sugar to taste, and then 1 teaspoon of vanilla. This mix is so easy, and it is a crowd pleaser. Like if you have little ones that are over, if you have family coming over, if you have friends coming over, a really great snack just for you to have in the fridge, ready to go. It can be served with graham crackers or animal cookie crackers, apples, anything with a good crunch to it. You will love this recipe. I'm going to see, Miss Carrie, would you mind following that link? And we're going to show you a YouTube video from one of our SNAP educators who is preparing this recipe. And then when we're done, I will plug in a link into the chat that is to the Illinois Extension Eat, Move, Save website. And they have just a ton of recipes. A lot of them in the snack realm are no cook. So it's just mixing things together, which is absolutely lovely because sometimes you just don't want to have to crank up everything and get it all going. So I will share that link when we're done watching this video. Okay, thanks so much.
Okay. Let me know if you can see the video. Can you see it on my screen? No? Okay. Let's stop sharing that and let's share. Let's see, here it is. There we go.
We're not getting sound with this, Carrie, so I'm wondering if
What's
down at
that?
the bottom, we're not getting sound with this. And so I am wondering down at the bottom, I think there's a couple of options about audio and video that might say optimize for sharing or optimizing video or audio.
Let me see. I'm not seeing, I just see the speakers. Let's see settings. Let's see if can you hear that? No?
Mm-mm.
Let's see. I don't know what else to do.
I could try to pull it up on my end, perhaps. There's some others.
You coming to help me? Yep. My friend
All the
is,
fun.
my friend is coming to help. Hi. Sorry. Let's see here. Sorry about this, everyone.
I can try to share from my end. How about that?
Sure, that'll work too.
Okay, so you might need to stop sharing then.
Okay, let's stop sharing. There you go.
All right, are you seeing it?
Yep.
Okay, let's see. Tell me if you can hear it.
Mm-mm.
No. No sound.
Mm-mm.
Hmm. No, I'm not sure.
Let me see here.
I think I've got you.
We-
We'll try third time's the charm. Bear with me for just a
Third time's the
second.
charm.
Let me grab the link.
Folks, this is the many things we've had to learn in the world of virtual classes.
Illinois Extension SNAP Education Program.
There we go.
Today I'm in my home kitchen and I'm going to show you how to make one of our favorite recipes, pumpkin peanut butter dip. Adults and kids alike love this recipe. It's easy to make and it's very healthy as it contains a lot of vitamin A and fiber and protein. So the first thing that we want to do is make sure that we've washed our hands under warm soapy water for at least 20 seconds. The next thing that I like to do in my kitchen is to make sure that I have everything that I need ready to go. I want to make sure that I have my ingredients ready, my measuring cups and spoons, so it makes everything go a lot quicker and easier. Now this is a great recipe because it only has 4 ingredients, which is canned pumpkin, peanut butter, brown sugar, and vanilla. So it's very easy and quick to make. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to mix our peanut butter with our brown sugar. So an easy tip that I like to do is to spray your spoon or cooking utensil with some butter spray, so it makes it easier for the peanut butter to come off. So we're going to take 3/4 cup of peanut butter and put it in our measuring cup here. Here we go. And we'll just add it into our dish. And then we're going to mix 1 to 2 tablespoons of brown sugar in the mix, and just depends on if you want the dip to be a little bit sweeter or less sweet. I like mine to be a little bit more sweet, so I am going to add the 2 tablespoons. So you just want to mix all of that together. And then we're going to add in about a teaspoon of vanilla to give it just a really good flavor. Go ahead and put this in here. Okay, we'll add that in. We'll stir that around. The peanut butter gives it a really creamy, smooth texture and also adds that protein to the dish. So the next thing we're going to do is add 3/4 cup of pumpkin puree into the dish, like so. And then just add that in. All right. And then all you do is just stir. Give it a good stir. And you're done. This is a really great dip to serve with graham crackers or celery sticks or apple slices. You'll want to make sure to refrigerate this dip once you're done, or serve immediately. You can find more recipes and healthy eating tips and budgeting tips on our website, the Eat, Move, Save website. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoy this new recipe.
All right, so let me bring up my PowerPoint one more time. All right, so here is my contact information. If anyone would like to get a hold of us to either be a volunteer or help with our youth, just with a club experience, or if you have any kind of special skill, we are more than happy to have you along, just so that way these kids can experience a positive youth experience. Excuse me. And like I said, Becky and Ramona, they cover each county of their own, and they would be a good contact if you live in those counties. And then we also covered Perry, Randolph, and Franklin County as well. So you can contact any one of those counties individually if you think you would like to help out with the youth in those counties. And we can get you connected with whatever it is that you may want to help with. Are there any questions about 4-H and anything that we do?
Tracy, did we get any questions in?
Well, we do have a couple of questions for you.
Good.
I'm going to do, just for me, like the basic elemental question for me, because I was not a 4-H'er. And like you said, I kind of think about cows and pigs and showings and things like that. So what do the 4-H's stand for?
4-H stands for hands, heart, health, and oh gosh.
Uh-oh, pressure.
Head. And head.
And head.
Yes.
Very good, very good. I've always wanted to know, and I just have not. So, and I lived in a small community. I'm from Randolph County, so, but I guess I was a city kid. So, but you know, you're talking about these volunteer opportunities, which I think are great opportunities to get out there and contribute to our youth. And so, you know, there's a lot of folks in our senior years. Some are having to take care of and raise some of their grandchildren. And so, what kind of opportunities are there for these kids? How are we helping them?
Can I pop in?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so 4-H is just one of those wonderful programs, especially for someone who's looking to support children that they love in a way where there's so many different opportunities in 4-H. Like you were saying, it's not just the cows and the pigs and livestock shows and maybe quilting or something along those lines. We offer over 100 project areas that range from aerospace to civic engagement to journalism, visual arts, welding, woodworking, and the classic livestock type projects. We even do projects for small animals. So if you have a loved little one who has a hamster, we have a project for them to participate in so they can learn more about how to better take care of their animal and things along those lines. All 4-H's within each county, they operate maybe a smidge different, but we have basic concepts. We have clubs, and all children are welcome to the clubs. We serve children between the ages of 5 and 18. Clover beds are those 5 to 7-year-olds, and our big kids, our 4-H members, are those 8 to 18-year-olds. We have short-term clubs they're often short-term. They're called spin clubs, and those are clubs that are focused on a specific topic. In Williamson County, one of those spin clubs is shooting sports. So we have a club that teaches children how to shoot traps. It's a shotgun club. That is a very specific topic that they learn. That is the only thing they focus on. We have one for archery as well, pistol and air rifle. So those are spin clubs. I believe, Becky, in Jackson County, don't you have a horse club that they focus on horse topics? So that's a spin club. And then we have these traditional club opportunities. They're multi-project clubs. They meet once a month. They are connected with other caring adults in the community who really love and adore them, support them in learning whatever those children may be interested in. So this isn't a top-down situation. This is a supporting kids to learn wherever they are. And sometimes it's a really great way for grandparents to connect with their little ones around a topic that may be really hard to pull together if you were to do it independently. But when a kid gets really excited about their cooking project, you're like, you know what? Let's go in the kitchen. We got this covered. Let's learn some things in our projects book, and it works out really well. And then we also offer things called workshops. So typically speaking, workshops are open to any child in the community. They don't have to be a 4-H member, but we do encourage, hopefully, that they would become a 4-H member after they attend a couple of workshops. And those can often be found at our website. Becky, if you wouldn't mind pulling up our Franklin, like our unit website that we can put into the chat so folks can connect to us.
Yeah.
It is on, typically we have our workshops listed on our website. We also have them on our Facebook page, which you can find how to connect to that through our extension website. So those are some different ways families can connect in, especially if you are a senior supporting little ones. This is we're kind of like a catch-all. We've got something for everybody. We have camp opportunities and much, much more. So I'm fond of what we do, but I think we could support families who are caring for their children too.
Well, and one of the nice things about 4-H, I was actually a 4-H member. I lived in a nice small rural town in Michigan and definitely learned some skills, got a few ribbons from the judgings. But I learned one big lesson. My pineapple cookies could not be frozen and then put out for judging. That did not work.
Nope.
But lesson learned.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of life lessons that you learn in 4-H. Like I was a 4-H member, and there has to be something to be said for getting pushed around by your mare in the middle of the show ring. Like I remember we were doing a halter class and she would not stand the way, she had to look at my dad. So everyone else was facing the correct way and I was faced the wrong way because my mare just wouldn't have it. A lot of life lessons learned there. So, sometimes it's kind of funny. You learn a few things along the way, but it's a good experience. You can learn a lot as adults and as kids.
It was very helpful. I took a 4-H. We made a craft that was pressing flowers. And then in high school, I took a plant world class. And then as a teacher, it was like, oh, yes, this is a great activity. Let's go down the street and see what kind of flowers we can see growing along in the weeds that you think, and name them and press them. And it became one of my favorite projects to do. And it was really good with the students. So there are a lot of great ideas that I have gleaned from being in 4-H and have used over the course of time. So I'm grateful to have you here today. I did want to mention though, with the pumpkin peanut butter, like using vanilla wafers or ginger snap cookies are really good with that.
I was thinking, I'm like, what else besides celery would I stick in there?
I know. Celery, no, but ginger snaps are terrific with pumpkin. I've raised many children, so there's lots of things you can sit on the side of a nice dip for them to try. So wonderful. And I really do believe that the experience that our population has here through Second Act would be just invaluable to some of the kids. Some of the things have really fallen away of how to take care of yourself. They're so used to opening a can of something instead of stirring something together. They're used to, everything being fast food and not realizing how they can fix that. We are
Yes.
truly trying to use our test kitchen, We're limited right now, but we are hoping to do that. And maybe that's a link we could have, is actually pairing them up with someone to teach them. I was interested on the measuring, going, okay, I liked the tip on the spoon, but what do we do when we get those chunks of brown sugar that we just have to mash up somehow to mix in things? And yeah, cooking. I mean, there's lots of YouTubing, but not a lot of actual kids doing these and having the experiences. So I would love to. Mhm.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's just the thing. In 4-H, we believe in learning by doing, which is really important because it is a different world when we're in this virtual setting and you can
Yes.
see it being done. But if you don't experience it, we're very much into experiential learning, and having caring folks who can help connect kids to those experiences who already have that skill set. So like, don't worry about it. We can do this instead. Here's a new tip for you. Those things are invaluable. And when we build our kids to have these experiences and we give these opportunities for the connections, we uplift our community as a whole. So it helps everybody in town when we grow really healthy kids and we build these connections between generations. It helps everybody around. So I'm a huge proponent of that part of 4-H.
Yeah, we are very much into that. Like I said, I grew up in rural Michigan, and my father would take the kids camping. And that is where my children learned over a campfire how to make eggs, scrambled eggs. And to this day, they always tell Grandpa that's how they learned. He showed them in the cast iron skillet over top of the bonfire there that he had going, and how to scrape it down the sides. And so you don't realize what life lesson might be taken from just sharing a simple experience with one of the children, and how they fondly remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So did we have any questions? Not always the greatest about connecting to links, but I really do appreciate having those, especially the healthy recipes. Always fun to go see what else can we do.
No, I didn't really see any other come in at the moment, so I appreciate the dish. I might have to make that. I've got an event next weekend that's around Halloween, and maybe I'll just have to whip up some of that
There you
pumpkin dip.
go.
So.
Well, wonderful. I do want to thank you so much for your presentation and your time today. And thank you for all reminding us that the technology is something we all are working with. Quite often we feel that we should know this and make it happen, and we get frustrated when it doesn't. So I appreciate your patience and understanding as we work through this. Those of you who did register for the class, I do want to remind you, you will be getting a survey. We always like your feedback. And on those surveys, fill in any questions, any talent, skills, some experience that you might be willing to share. We would love to be able to do that. From those who do register, remember we will send you a little prize for one person. So we'll make a selection out of our registration people to do that. And we do look forward to Thursday next week. Thursday, sorry. The 28th between 1 and 3. Make sure you register, give us a call, get online, and join us for our Walk of Fame so that we can see what to promote, what to push forward for in 2022 when things will be a little bit better, right? All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.